deep in Central America, beneath layers of soil, roots, and forgotten time, lies the skeleton of one of humanity's greatest civilizations. The Maya, engineers of colossal pyramids, masters of astronomy, keepers of a calendar more precise than the one we use today. And then, within just a few decades, they vanished. Cities abandoned, monuments left unfinished, thrones overturned, and no one could agree on why. Did the Maya fall because the climate turned against them, or did they destroy themselves from within? Today, we unravel the truth. To understand their collapse, first, we must understand their world. Between 2000 BCE and 1500 CE, the Maya civilization stretched across what is now southern Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, western Honduras, a landscape carved by thick jungles, limestone plains, and unpredictable weather. A world where rainfall didn't just grow crops. It determined life or death. Their entire society was built on three pillars. 1. Advanced agriculture. They grew maize, beans, squash, cacao. But unlike civilizations near big rivers, the Maya had no major rivers in the lowlands. They depended entirely on rainy, stored in underground limestone caves called cenotes. 2. City-states. The Maya lived not under one king, but dozens of rival kingdoms. Tikal, Calakmul, Palenque, Copán, Caracol. Each city had a divine king, priests, astronomers, warriors, farmers. 3. The sky. Everything, crops, wars, coronations, followed the stars. The Maya tracked Venus cycles, solar eclipses, and the movement of constellations with unmatched precision. They were not a primitive jungle tribe. They were a scientific powerhouse. From 250 to 900 CE, the Maya reached their peak. Cities towered above the canopy. Trade flowed across the region. Obsidian, jade, salt, feathers, cacao beans, and even shark's teeth. Their pyramids rivaled Egypt's. Their writing, the most advanced script in the Americas. This was a world thriving with mathematics, astronomy, architecture, art, complex social systems. But beneath the elegance, cracks were already forming. By the late 700s CE, strange patterns started appearing. Wars intensify. City-states began fighting more frequently. Kings were captured and sacrificed. Monuments recorded battles with brutal details. Overpopulation. Some cities had over 100,000 people, all relying on limited farmland. Environmental stress. New evidence shows deforestation increased rapidly. Trees were cut down for construction, fires, limestone plaster for temples. Without trees, soil eroded, less rainfall absorbed, more droughts. Elite competition. Kings tried to outshine each other with massive temples requiring huge labor. This put more pressure on farmers and workers. It was a society pushing itself to its limits. The question wasn't whether it would collapse, but when. Between 800 and 900 CE, the Maya world unraveled, city by city. The climate theory: did nature destroy them? Scientists analyzing lake sediments and stalactites found evidence of massive droughts, some lasting decades. Rainfall dropped by 40–70% in key lowland regions. For a society dependent entirely on rainwater, this was catastrophic. The worst droughts occurred between 820 and 870 CE, precisely when major cities were abandoned. Tikal declined, Copán collapsed, Caracol emptied, Palenque faded without rain, crops failed, famine spread, disease increased, people migrated, kings lost legitimacy. But climate alone wasn't enough to explain everything. As drought struck, Maya society turned against itself. 1. Kings lost their power. When rain didn't come, people blamed their rulers, who claimed to speak to the gods. Faith in the monarchy crumbled. 2. Civil wars erupted. Cities that once traded began fighting for water sources, farmland, captives, territory. Some cities burned. Palaces were destroyed intentionally. Archaeologists found spear marks, burned walls, and hastily dug mass graves. 3. Peasant revolts. Farmers, exhausted by taxes and labor obligations, abandoned cities. Some revolted, others fled to safer regions. 4. Trade networks collapsed. Once trade stopped, the economy collapsed. Without food or resources, kingdoms couldn't sustain armies or monument projects. 5. Social breakdown. Elites lived extravagantly despite shortages. Common people suffered. Inequality spiraled. Today, archaeologists agree there was no single cause. The Maya collapse was a chain reaction. The real reasons behind the collapse. 1. Mega-droughts. Dried up water and killed crops. 2. Overpopulation. Created food shortages. 3. Deforestation. Worsened the climate crisis. 4. Wars. Drained resources. 5. Political instability. Shattered unity. 6. Peasant uprisings. Weakened city-states. Each factor fed the next. It was the perfect storm. Not all Maya cities collapsed. The northern Yucatan, places like Chichen Itza and later Mayapan, continued thriving long after the south fell. Why? 1. Their geography had better water access, more cenotes, less drought impact. 2. They were coastal traders. Trade with the Caribbean, Gulf of Mexico, and Central Mexico kept their economies strong. 3. Their political systems were more flexible. Chichen Itza used shared governance instead of absolute kings. This allowed them to adapt. The Maya people never disappeared. Millions still live across Mesoamerica today, speaking Mayan languages and maintaining traditions. Why does the Maya collapse fascinate us so much? Because it mirrors our own world. 1. Climate change triggering societal stress. Mega-droughts crippled agriculture, just as modern climate shifts threaten global food systems. 2. Overpopulation pressuring resources. Maya cities grew beyond their ecological limits, a familiar problem today. 3. Inequality rising during crisis. Elites built temples while farmers starved. Economic inequality today shows similar patterns. 4. Political fragmentation. City-states fighting instead of uniting, echoing modern geopolitical tensions. The Maya story is not ancient history, it is a warning. A Maya king stands atop his palace. Below him, people gather, thin, hungry, exhausted. For years, the rains failed. The reservoirs dried, crops died, revolts spread. His warriors are weaker. His priests cannot summon rain. His rivals are advancing. The king steps down to empty storerooms. No maize, no tribute. Only fear. Some cities simply ran out of people. They walked away into the forests, into the highlands, to anywhere with water and hope. The jungle reclaimed everything. Despite all we know, one mystery remains. Why did every major southern city collapse around the same decades? Even with droughts and wars, the synchronicity is astonishing. Some theories propose a massive migration event, a deadly epidemic, a collapse in belief systems, a political revolution, a breakdown in trade with central Mexico. But no single theory fits perfectly. The truth may lie buried beneath the rainforest, waiting for someone to discover it. The Maya didn't fall in a single moment. They faded. A slow unraveling of a brilliant civilization pushed to its limits by climate stress, political chaos, and human choices. Their story teaches us that even the greatest societies can crumble. But it also teaches us something else. The Maya survived. Their descendants thrive today, preserving traditions thousands of years old. Civilizations may fall, but cultures endure.